Manchester has been noted as a cultural hub for musicians and fans alike, and has a vibrant history stemming from its houses, streets, pubs and clubs. We can all remember trying to master an instrument at a young age, and shops like Forsyth in Manchester want to encourage that initial passion for music, dispelling the myth that classical is all there is.
Being in Manchester, we've got quite a big musical community here, both in terms of independent musicians following the more popular forms of music, your rock and your pop, etc., and your jazz. But we also have quite a big classical community as well. We have the Royal Northern College of Music here. Manchester University does a classical music course. We have Chetham's School of Music, which is just down the road there. So we get a fair breadth of customers that come in on a typical day. Right from kids as young as 4, if the mum and dads want them, you know, they show an interest in music, the mum and dad want to encourage that. You know, we've had youngsters buying very small size violins, getting going there, very, very sweet, to the students who are just beginning, to students who are doing it at university, and then to professionals who are doing it for their job in later life.
Most of us long to be in a band at some point, but life sometimes inevitably gets in the way. One band managing to balance everyday working life alongside being successful musicians is Carjack Mallone. All 3 members of the band work full-time jobs, but still find time to practice once a week.
Such a timing, too helpful. With a gun locked to your temple.
Carjack Mallone started out in 2007, self-recording and funding their own music. Their years of perseverance have paid off.
Man can't escape this destiny.
Sometimes, all it takes is practice, patience, and a really big dream. But before a musician can play to a crowd, there has to be a starting point.
A good functioning instrument doesn't have to be expensive. What you want is something that is going to stay in tune and play well, because that's not going to hinder your progress as you learn. You can pick up guitars for very cheap these days. We start around £100, let's say, for a basic acoustic guitar. Although it might be not to the absolute cheapest, where you could pick up a guitar for 50 quid these days in a cash converters or something like that. It's going to be little more than a box with strings.
And I'm delighted to be joined now by Carjack Mallone.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So it's Jack, Dan, Joe.
Yep.
Got it right. So tell us, you're Manchester-based guys. Are you all from Manchester?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
I'm
Manchester
in
lads.
North Manchester, in Blakely, Moston.
Bramhall originally, so South Manchester.
I'm from Wamslow.
Oh, very
Just
good.
out Manchester.
So authentic Manchester bands off
Yeah,
of
just
Manchester.
all over the place.
Tell us, how did you get together then?
It was from university, me and Jack.
Yeah, well, me and Joe went on holiday together through other people, like, yeah, as a group. Yeah, that went well.
Well, it obviously did go well. You're both.
Yeah, and we just decided to. He asked me to join the band because they needed a drummer, and then I ended up going to uni with Dan, so invited Dan in.
Right. And the name, Carjack Mallone, that's a great name, but what's the background to that?
John Carpenter's Escape from LA. It's a Kurt Russell movie, it's terrible.
Is it a bad film? John Carpenter's obviously, he's a horror legend, isn't he? The Halloween.
Yeah, it's not one of his best. But Pam Greer's in it, and basically she's Carjack Malone, and it just sounded cool.
Yeah, I've never got to the end of it. I've tried 3 times.
You've not got to the end of it? That's disgraceful. Sure, it's like it's your legacy and everything.
Yeah, we really should.
Have you watched it, Dan?
Yeah, similar sort of thing.
Brilliant.
I kind of just watched the scenes where Carjack Mallone was in. But it started off as a song, didn't it?
Yeah, we
had a terrible name to start off.
Go on.
Top Spec Euro.
Yeah.
It was from a fire blanket.
What was it called?
Top Spec Euro.
What's the name of your band?
Yeah.
It's a quality fire blanket.
When I joined, they had a jam called Carjack Mallone. So then I took the jam to Dan. He made the lyrics for it. And then then it was like Top Spec Euro can not happen more than once. Did one gig and you saw it on the gig list and you think, that just sounds terrible. No one's going to see
So you came up with a
that.
brilliant one afterwards. And I think Carjack Mallone is brilliant. Obviously Malone, bit of an Irish thing going on there, so I would support that. So tell us, you write all your own songs. You obviously, did you kind of play around with who's going to do what, or how did you get into the format you're in now?
It's all our own songs.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
write between
God,
three of us.
we've
really.
written all sorts of ways over the years, haven't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
We've all written them on our own, we've all written them together, but like 2 of us will write them together.
How
so.
does it work, kind of working together like that though? Surely, I mean, obviously it's a very creative process, isn't it? Surely somebody kind of coming in and thinking, well, maybe you should have done this.
But
That's Jack.
me and Jack
Yeah.
used to.
Scribbles it out.
Yeah, that's
We used to live together, so it was literally university. Jack would be knocking on my door and I'd be waking up trying to sober up, and
Yeah.
he'd come in and go, I've got this idea for a song, and then you just sort of mix ideas,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? I'd have loads of writing, he'd have loads of different songs, like different jams, and then Joe would come along and it just sort of fused together and it just worked.
Is that because you all naturally get on well though, and you're lucky that you found each other, sort of thing, or is it because you've learned how to work together that way? Do you know what I mean? Or,
I don't think we would have crossed paths without it
Yeah.
being music,
Yeah.
to be honest, because it's totally different social backgrounds and
just
everything. isn't it?
writing
Like the
together
mu-
was just easy, but
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It just come natural. That's how we almost communicated, wasn't it? Most
that's
of the time it was
ridiculously
communicating.
creative. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
But I love this kind of like he's banging on your door in the morning, and that's the ultimate. Because you hear this about writers and musicians that they're just sitting
Yeah.
there, or you're in the loo, or you're having a bath, and you're like, oh, I've just had a great idea, and you have to go run out and tell somebody. Or does it happen to you kind of when you're lying in bed and you think, oh my god, I have to get up and I have to?
Yeah,
go and
totally. I
stuff?
think it's like if you've got a good idea, like you need to sort of take advantage of when you've got that good idea.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think you sort of like when we weren't living together, you kind of like you had to adapt. I think that's one of the ways we adapted over the years.
Yeah.
So
Call
like
me up at night and just whistle a tune on the phone and we're like, not tonight, Jack.
What do you think of this?
I think it's a little bit easier now though because of technology. So you can you can record ideas and videos to each other.
You can even do a little recording on your WhatsApp, can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
And send
exactly.
it over,
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. Well, at practice, we're recording it on our phone a lot of time.
yeah.
Sounds a lot better than some of the recordings we've done in the past in a full-on studio.
Yeah.
Wow, and you are at the moment recording, aren't you? Doing a lot of recording at the moment, aren't you? Because you're working towards an album, actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right at this moment. So this is full on, I guess, 24 hours.
Yeah, well, we decided to. We've done a lot of recordings at different studios, so
Yeah.
we decided. Jack's got a lot of talent. He's everything that he's done at university he's put into practice, and he's started to record us properly. So we had 2 songs which we did as a vinyl, which we released as a
Amazing.
vinyl. So we've been getting rid of quite a lot of them. Literally throwing them at people to take it.
But the vinyl thing, so vinyl is coming back. It wasn't just a headline in the Daily Mail that day.
No, it's something that we've always wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah. I think in terms of the further it goes down sort of the digital path, the more like people like us who are really into music and want to actually like collect and have physical copies of stuff, is something like more bigger and like the sound quality is like better.
That's amazing.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's more appealing. Like I haven't downloaded a song for God knows how long now.
The music companies, thank you, I'm sure.
Yeah, like, yeah, literally like
Unless you did it legally, of
because I
course,
buy
which you
it.
should, obviously.
Because yeah, if there's stuff like you just got to have, I prefer to buy it because
Well, I hear a lot of people who are really into their music think that. I mean, I was like this for a while with CDs. I would refuse to download anything, but just suddenly it just got much easier just to have it all on your iPod, then your iPhone or whatever. But you're still, so what do you walk around and listen to?
I guess on my phone. So
You
like
have your stuff on your
I'll
phone.
get my CDs on the computer. But the thing is that I end up listening to the same stuff over and over. It's
Yeah,
true.
that's what happens though, isn't it? That you do that.
Yeah.
I end up on Spotify quite a lot now, which is pretty bad. I suppose you're still paying a monthly thing, but you've got more access to a wider range of music. I've been listening to a wider range of music in the last...
Because of Spotify.
Yeah, because you can it just sends you on different avenues.
It
Yeah, it's good
makes
for
you
finding new stuff,
suggestions,
innit?
doesn't it, though, based on what you like and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Do you find, if you are feeling very, very, that creative and you want to hang on to the authentic sort of, that it's a bit difficult to stay true to that, though, with Spotify and that kind of stuff in the world? It's a bit hard, isn't it?
It does make it harder as an artist to try
Yeah.
and get people to listen to your music, because even if you're on social media now, you can put a song on you can put videos on,
Upload
and nobody
in a
takes
moment.
much notice because there's a picture that takes more
Straight
notice.
away,
I think
yeah.
It's just flying through.
another
Sure.
difference is like, which like as a band, it's kind of like something you have to get past, is the fact that because of all Spotify and that sort of thing, so people, I think they need like the one song because that's how people consume
Of
music
course,
nowadays. They
yeah.
listen to a
And
song,
they
they listen
do
to another song,
consume
listen
it,
to
yeah.
another song, and then when you're trying to like create like an album, it's kind of like one piece of art, you know what I mean? So you have to sort of like balance the two facts, like bear in mind that like people will listen to it in this way, but you've got to satisfy your own need to make
On
something the other way.
Well, let's give them a listen. Let's give them a taster. We'll be with one of your first songs. What's this one called?
Got Paolo's Town.
Paolo's Town. Brand new this. So
Oh,
if you get
excellent.
the words
We're
wrong.
privileged.
We go?
Are ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I know that you feel so upset. It's because you want it all. I know you feel so upset. You've got no battle call. Hey, you keep standing in my way. I can hear a word you say. It's because you want it all. Take my girl to Paolo's town. Flip this cycle upside down. Show me the way to Paolo's town. Turn it round to Paolo's town. Every day a brand new test. Try to run before you crawl. Listen, girl, 'cause I know best. The time has come, you've heard my call. Hey! You keep standing in my way. I can hear a word you say, but I know you want it all. Take my girl to Paolo's town. Flip this cycle upside down. Show me the way to Paolo's town.